Hello. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Merry Christmas. While you guys are in the chat there, how's the audio sounding? How's my audio sounding? And I don't know if you could hear the music playing on that little intro I had. Let's see. Hi, Dwight. Hi, Brian. Hi, D-Tube. Hi, Hack. You have echo. It should be off now. The echo should be off. All right. Let me bring my guest in. The echo should be off now. Yeah. All right. Let me bring our guest in if I can get on the right tab here. And here we go. Hi, Don. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good.
Pre-Merry Christmas to everybody. Hack, Merrill, Brian, D-Tube. Who else is there? Who did I miss? I think I got everybody so far. I cannot type, guy. I can't chat, so I can only talk to you.
Well, you could. You know what you could do? You could if you go on the YouTube, it might make it easier for you. Go on to where you normally would chat on the YouTube page, and if you go to the top, you can pop out the chat. It'll be a little window.
No, we'll work on that. We'll do that another time.
Okay. You know how? I mean, you can just talk. I mean, we're talking. So if you
Lefty Mike, Daniel Horsley, Lars Guitars. Hey guys. Got a good man. A lot of people. Paul Lou. I miss Paul. Nelson Rodriguez. He's happening, dude.
Can y'all put a number 1 in there if the audio with me and Don are okay if we're on the same? I mean, he sounds good to me, and if we're all on the same level or our audios.
Weedy Guitar Studio. What's happening, dude?
Hey, Weedy.
Yeah, Weedy here. Somebody stole your bass. Why'd they take the bass? Why didn't they take one of your good guitars? Sorry to hear that, buddy.
That's horrible. That's
Samuel
horrible.
Anderson. How you doing? I don't know you, but welcome to the chat or the stream or whatever.
Yeah, hi Dan, Zach, Lars, Lefty Mike, Nelson, Sam, Merle.
Right. I get this one. This is a hard one. Blackjack Guitar Nut.
Blackjack Guitar Nut. Yeah.
I always get it. I get it wrong. Figure out what he's saying. It's a lot of letters with no vowel.
And when I'm like in a chat, I copy and paste. I try to copy and paste it because it's even on the computer it's easy, but it's really hard on the phone. I'm just so slow at it.
I do nothing on the phone except talk and text, and I'd rather not. There's Frank C.
Hey Frank C. How you doing, bud?
Did I get the hitman? Dwight?
Oh, yeah, Dwight. How you doing, Dwight? Yeah, Dwight was in here.
Dwight, I love how when you're most of your recent tunes, you start out and you tease us with this kind of mellow rhythm guitar, and then he goes right into Dwight mode. This is rocking stuff by Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight is cool. Really cool.
Cool.
I am, well, Christmas is getting close, right?
Too close.
Very close. And
cheers, everybody. The
I woke
Chardonnay
up.
night. Good.
I woke up this morning with this big package right in my room here,
Cool.
and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna because I don't want to do the plumber repairman. I have to bend over, so I'm gonna you're gonna be focused
That's cool.
while I get this thing, and I'll be right back. You can talk, Don.
All right. Not a whole lot to say. Hope everybody's going to have a Merry Christmas. It's going to be weird for everybody. I mean, just going to be me and my wife. We're gonna surprise another couple and just go over to their place and sit outside and have a drink. But it's supposed to be really cold Friday in Baltimore, so we probably won't be there very long. And it's Janice is in the house. There's Janice. Hi, Janice. How you doing, darling?
Hi, Janice. Well, look what my wife got me. You would not believe this.
Gotta say,
I've
I've been waiting.
I'm gonna
Pins and needles here. What's going on?
I'm gonna put myself on solar. What can you see?
Oh, throw mom off the train.
Can you believe my wife got me this?
I don't believe it one bit.
You probably shouldn't because it's not true.
Oh man, that's gorgeous.
This is my buddy's guitar, and I can say it because he's here, Frank C. This is it's a Kramer replica of the 5150, made by Me Street, but painted by someone else. And this is the first time I picked it up out of the case.
That's awesome.
Actually, it definitely feels like a chunkier neck, Frank, than my EVH, much chunkier, which maybe it'll help me from cramping up. And I'll be playing that after the show. That is a nice looking guitar.
There's Alan Robinson. Welcome to the stream, Alan.
Yeah, I was going to try to get she wouldn't do it. I was going to ask my wife to come in here with the guitar and say, look, I got you something. Here's an early Christmas present. But she would never buy it. She would never do it. But then I would say it's kidding. I was joking. It's Frank's guitar.
Oh, well.
It feels good.
Anybody get any early Christmas presents yet?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, this is old. I don't know how long have you had it, Frank? How long have you had this guitar? Hex hider on the front. This is older. But I thought about buying. You can now. I think wasn't this based? Well, the actual 5150 wasn't it based off of? I was reading an article and it was based off the Pacer, not the Beretta. Or do I have it backwards? The Kramer Beretta.
Don't ask me because I know nothing. I'm
I don't either. I just read up
and appreciate the skills of the guy. I was never the whole band Van Halen. That's just not my genre. I can't play that kind. I can't do all those squeals and whammies and what tapping. The tapping thing does not compute up here for some reason. Hey, is Craven Soda metal soda?
Yeah, is he in here? Todd, I think it's him.
His name to Craven Soda now.
That's probably him.
He's tough to keep track of that guy.
Hi, Todd. Hi, Alan. Yeah, I think it is Todd. So it's just the guitar is from 2015. Okay, very good. But you can still get the Kramer Pacers. I could. By the way, I'm just borrowing it from Frank. It's not mine. I have to give it back. But you can get a Pacer and have it painted, and
did Frank have that painted or did it come that way?
He had it painted.
Wow.
If I'm correct.
Gorgeous.
And I thought about having my EVH standard painted. This thing I got
the black one there next to the Les Paul?
Yeah. That one
right there. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, right there next to the
right.
Facing, watching you. It's on the left of your Les Paul.
Right. Now, here for now, I'm going to show you that little thumb. I'm going to put that thumbnail I made for the pre-show. I'm going to show you something. Show you what I did. I'm going to go make sure it ain't gonna. Let's. All right. You can see that. You can see that picture. Let me. Let me. I'm gonna put myself on full screen here so you can see it better. Now you can see the look at the see the Les Pauls on the corners there.
Cool. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Very cool.
So yours is the one on the left is yours. The modern C. See with the titanium nut, and mine is the
right.
Is the one just with the it's a standard with the with the modern electronics. But you can see the different.
I didn't realize I had that many different features.
Yeah, you do. You look on. You got the rings
it broke around it down. I was shocked.
The ring. If you look at the pickups, I got the plastic around the pickups where everything's chrome on yours.
Yeah.
You got the translucent top hat knobs where mine's the like copper color. You got the real inlays. You got the what are they called? I got the fake ones.
Abalone or whatever.
Yes. You got real ones. Mine are fake. So I just found some pictures online, and I was able to get all the background and stuck it on there, and so I thought it was pretty cool. So let me turn that off. How do I turn it off? Oh, I have so much stuff I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time.
You know what you're doing. You're the computer whiz, the whiz kid.
Yeah, I still need how to do. I need how to like play around with Reaper, like you said. Get some good sounds. Hey, Brian, 6-string Brian's in here.
6-string Brian, hey man.
And they're talking about somebody has the ultimate best streams.
Well, I mean I think he's borrowing his work stuff too, isn't it? Isn't part of that work and part of it his?
You were talking about using were you? Brian, you were talking about using a TriCaster yesterday, or was it a software TriCaster? Because I had Wirecast at one time, but I won a copy of it, but the updates are like $200 or $300, and it's like it's not free, and so I can't use it. So the one I have it won't even work on Windows 10, the version I have. Look at the number, the tuners on the back of that. The tuners?
Hex? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. The top
the tuners. The tuners. There you go.
Oh, Godins.
What's the black thing underneath the? I guess the fat E string tuner.
Yeah, what is it? What is that, Frank? You might have told me. It might be a tool. The black device. What is that black device? See, you got the copper brass block in there.
All right, Weedy. Well, you hang in there and you'll get those things you want. Wheaties looks good. He's doing a good job. He's making his. He did his own paint job. He's got part of that done. He needs some hardware, I think, for the bridge and all that stuff.
And then
saddles.
Joe Wentz, he built one. He's building another one for his son. His came out good.
Well, he got. Oh, I thought that was. I know he got a kit that he wasn't real happy with.
Yeah, he used the kit, but he didn't use electron. He upgraded electron. It comes with crap electronics. He got.
He said something about the neck didn't fit or something.
Did he say that? I can't remember.
I don't know. I was lurking for a little bit, but you know me. I lurk. Squire Telecaster, welcome to the chat. What's happening, dude?
Hello.
So did you miss anybody else? We're kind of amateurs at this, so.
Yeah.
Oh God! New comments.
Did you get any golfing in this week?
No. Too much snow, and it can be in the low 40s, and I'll go golfing, but there's got to be no wind. If there's wind, then it's too cold. I don't mind playing in the wind, but it makes it a lot harder, and it's too. I get my I don't have them here, but my they're winter golf gloves, and Yeah, Frank. See, I was lurking a little bit. Dave went impromptu. It was really wild. Let's see. What's today? Today's Tuesday. I
Yes.
guess it was Sunday because you had three of them going on. You had Hippie, Frank, Dave's Guitar Channel, and Dave Stafford and Joe Wentz were on all at the same time. It was, I was just flying back and forth. Sometimes I just don't feel like getting in the chats for whatever reason. Cool. Hey, so Mitch, what's up with the telly? Why isn't your telly done yet?
Um, when did I drop it off? Was it Saturday, Friday or Saturday?
Oh, I thought you dropped it off a week ago.
No, it was. I don't remember the exact day, but I think he's on vacation. The guy who does the setups,
Okay. Right.
and which is fine with me because I rather have Phil. His name's Phil. I'd rather have him do the setups. I don't know for sure, but I didn't ask when they'll call me. They're good people. I'll trust them.
All right. So Nelson says that thing on the back. Hey, there's Joe Wentz.
Hey, Joe.
No, we were just talking. What was the problem with that kit that you got or whatever? The neck didn't fit or something? We were just talking about it.
If you didn't miss Joe, this is Frank C's Kramer 5150 replica that he bought.
He's 5150 on the bottom there.
Yeah,
that's cool. That is that painted in there or is that
decals?
Decals. Very cool.
See, I think Frank bought the guitar and had it painted from Mean Street Guitars. It's nice. Actually, I'm gonna play it later on. See how.
Do a video with it. Let's do a 2-minute video with it. Just put a backing track, one in something blues or
I might do something. I might do something with it too.
A real easy
one. The only thing is, when I'm playing Van Halen, I keep my EVH tuned down a half step. This is not that it's a big deal but he's got way nicer stuff on. I don't want to mess with his stuff.
For you latecomers, cheers! It's a Chardonnay night. I'll probably do a Chardonnay jam later if I don't get too incapacitated.
I almost got a drink. Where were we? We were. Well, they shut us down. They shut us down last week or whenever it was, a week ago, Friday, whatever it was.
Right.
But 2 local restaurants said, nope, we're not going to do it. So I think 2 days ago, we went to Bay City Restaurant. It's here in town, a seafood restaurant. So we went there. But we go early. Well, actually, it was a little later. And, usually you go early. There's not a lot of people in there. But it was about 4 o'clock. It was somewhat little crowded, but no one immediately next to us. I was going to get a drink, and I don't drink. I was going to get a drink, some kind of mixed drink, but I didn't. Yeah, because
if you're driving, it's probably a good thing, dude. You got to be careful if you're driving.
Yeah, well, I would let her drive. I mean, I'm not used to drinking at all. But my wife, she'll drink champagne and wine. Hey, Dave's Guitar Channel.
Hey, Dave.
Thanks for stopping by. But now, because they have a lot of older servers there at Bay City, so they shut down today. Yesterday was the last day because their workers were worried about it, and they were so busy and didn't have enough help, and so they shut down. But we have another restaurant that they're not closing down. Well, as far as I know.
No, I saw you talking about that on one of the, I guess, on Dave's chat last night. But
right.
You remember Jennings on Frederick Road, across from Bill? You don't remember Well, it's been there forever. But
there was another guitar shop. Didn't they have another guitar shop across the street at one time?
No, they had one. Well, next door to each other, they had 2 of them. One was for used stuff and one was for new. But now it's all in one.
Okay.
Where they actually, what they did is they turned the old building into they built a new building, put all new stuff in that, and then the old building they kept, and they had used stuff in it. But anyway, across the street up a little bit towards I guess north. There's a restaurant's been in Catonsville forever, Jennings. I went in there to get carry out the other night, and you can go in and pick it up. You'd never know there was any COVID thing. There must have been 10, 15 people at the bar.
Oh, really? At the bar?
Yeah. And
really?
So I thought they just got stricter here in Maryland, but apparently they're not. But we never go. I don't go. We went to the grocery store tonight. So let me tell you this story real quick. Went to the grocery store tonight. My wife wanted to go. I'd gone Sunday, and it was so crowded. I left my basket and left because like the lines, it would have taken me over maybe an hour, half an hour to at least a half hour to check out. I said, I'm not standing around breathing all this air of these people, even with a mask on. So we went together, and it got too hot for her, so she went out to the car, but she didn't start it up. Was listening to the radio. I come out, we got a dead battery. We got nobody to call. We don't have AAA, and luckily she found. So luckily she went around the parking lot and found the second guy she talked to had this little box. I'm telling you, it was about the size of a Helix stump, and he hooked it up and started the battery. And I mean, it jump started the car. I couldn't believe it. So I just signed up for AAA and got yelled at for doing that. But I think we need it because we don't have, we just don't.
At our age, we should have it. Really,
I don't have any relatives in this area. Her brother is so far away. I mean, he's not that far, but I didn't think about calling him.
Right. Well, we did get an early Christmas present. My stepdaughter, she gave us a Sam's Club thing, for
membership.
Cool. So we had to go there and sign up for it, and then they talked us into getting a credit card. Well, we got from my daughter. We got that plus a $50 gift certificate or something. And then when we sign up over there, we sign up for this credit card, we get like $55 off for the first purchase, then an additional 5% off of gas. Because gas is way higher here in PA. But there in Sam's Club, it's pretty reasonable, and then we get another 5% off of that. So my wife did that. We'll just use that card for getting gas, which I might go a month without getting gas now, believe it or not.
I know, it might last me a month. Sometimes I don't even get to use my grocery points off of the price of a gas.
Right.
Because I don't drive enough. I'm trying to keep my cigarette smoke out of your window. I know I've noticed it's blowing your way and it's making you cough.
Oh no, I cough all the time. They had a question a moment or two before you get to chat.
If you'd like to see the Joe Wentz, they are new to the. They had before you got in the chat. They have Frank C guitar. If you'd like to see, he's talking to Joe. Okay, he's called. Okay, it's called a jump box. Yeah, Joe, I know, but it's not like I worked at dealerships, and those things were big and heavy. This thing, I'm telling you, was tiny. I've never seen such a portable. Well, you're in the you're out in the road, and I've never seen one so small. It's very cool. I got to get one.
And I'm telling you,
the thing was small. It started right up, jumped the battery, just like somebody had jumper cables or one of those. But like we had these things at the dealership that were about this thing, and they weighed a ton. You go out, show a car, dead battery, you go run in and get the thing. It has a little. You keep it plugged in to keep it charged. But I was shocked.
I had my wife. She has a 2017 Corolla. And it's like every 3 weeks, the tire gauge comes on, and it's that right front tire. And she took it to the dealer, and I think there's a slow leak in there. I don't think they ever checked it. I think just put air in it. And said it was low again. I checked them all, and that right front tire again, it was low. So I put air in it, and it's really hard for me to get on the ground.
Was it noticeably low to the eye?
Nah, not really.
See, a lot of times it's just these computerized things are a pain in the ass. Well, Toyota should be better, but the change of temperature wreaks havoc on tire pressure.
Yeah, I know. But it was doing it during the summer. I had it like twice. I had to put air in it. But I'll see Daniel, how it goes.
Daniel, I'm writing this down. A NOCO. I got to write stuff down.
NOCO GB40.
GB40. Okay, cool. Thanks, Daniel. Hey, has everybody seen Hack's latest song?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
It is. I mean, everything he does is awesome.
The video, I haven't watched the video yet because if I watch the video, I can't pay attention to the song as much. You know what I'm saying?
So it's pretty cool.
I've listened to the song twice. I got to watch the video now.
I mean, it goes with the. It's pretty gloomy. I mean, it's pretty
a lot
gory a little bit, but it goes with the music perfectly. Even I like the Godzilla one or the one with the Escape song. Oh man,
And if you wine drinkers out here, I want to highly recommend this. If I don't know if it's backwards to you,
Chardonnay.
Oyster
That's
Bay
not.
Chardonnay. It's from New Zealand. How do they? I don't even know how they talk, but it's very good Chardonnay. If you like Chardonnay, some people don't like. It's a little sweet for some people, but I prefer a Chianti myself. But it's good stuff. I figured I'd do wine tonight, so I'd have to keep running back and forth, mixing drinks.
Frank, I got my oil changed Saturday. I haven't. So it's the first time since.
Thanks, Brian. That's cool.
I think I got it changed right before you moved in here, but I'm not putting any miles on my car. I have a 2013 CRV. I don't even have 90,000 miles on it yet. It might take me a couple years to get that on. I have like 89,000. I got 89,100 miles on there, and it's a 7-year-old car. That's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
No, I mean with those, I'll get a couple 100,000 miles out of those.
Oh yeah,
that car. But I worry about
how much money they give you on a trade-in right now because the dealers are dying for used cars because it's such a big. The COVID thing has kind of like really depleted the used car market. Everywhere.
Right. And you think about that, we really don't need 2 cars, but she don't want to. I mean, mine's paid for.
Keep 2 cars. You never
know hers will be. I think she's got like a year left to pay on hers. Mine's been paid off. It's nice not having a car payment.
Hack's pulling it, Don. He's lurking. I lurk on all the streams. Jesus Christ! Last night I kept going back. I'd switch and I'd go back to Dave's guitar channel and have a different lineup. There were 5 of you, and then there were 4 of you, and then 3 hours.
Yeah, all those people that can work from home. Yeah, you do save a lot. Unfortunately, you have to be pretty intelligent to do something like that, and it's a little hard to do warehouse work from home. For what I do, when you're counting inventory, you got to be physically there. Actually, but when I was working, maybe 4 or 5 hours were on the floor in the warehouse, and the other 3 hours were in the office. So
yeah, Zach. But Zach, I live like southwest of Baltimore City. I'm about a 10-minute ride into Baltimore City. To get into the inner harbor, the heart of, where like all the stadiums are, probably take me about 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic. And Mitch is just over the Maryland, Pennsylvania border, kind of like near past, what are you, east of York? Or west of York?
West of York.
West of York, PA.
If you go down like Reisterstown Road, turns into Route 30, and then when you hit PA, it's 94. I'm right there. It's where I'm at. So I'm about from Catonsville. Excuse me. I bet you it's between 40 and 50 miles, right, somewhere around there.
We're not that far.
We're not far, no.
But Mitch is originally from the same area, that same general, Baltimore metropolitan area. That's what we call it down here.
I'm very close to Shrewsbury. Very close, about 20 miles, 15 miles.
Spacey Jazzy Blues. Jesse, he's a cool dude, man. Good stuff. Check his channel out, guys. He's very good guitar player. He had a pretty good channel that he got, and then he kind of like just disappeared. And I helped to encourage him to return. And he's getting into it. He's done some challenges.
That Frank C's real close to me. He's real close to me.
Near Hanover. Okay.
Yeah, he's real close. Real close. And Spacey Jazzy Blues, now Shrewsbury, it's around Queensgate Shopping Center off of 83 there, I believe. Somewhere around there. Isn't that around Shrewsbury? Yeah, it's not too far from me.
Alan Robinson, where do you live? You're having trouble finding a car. Anywhere near Baltimore? I know some cars. I know some car people. I know some people in parts of Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, my niece's ex-husband was a car salesman for Len Stoller.
Not that far away. Okay, we'll hook up. I can't help with OBS, but Mitch is the OBS king.
Yeah, it's not difficult. Yeah, and there is some buggy things with it. When you can have, like, if I want to do a window screenshot share thing, it'll post the window for a second, then it gets black, and then it fixes it. Like a lot of these better computers will have an onboard video card and a like an Intel video card, and then I put a gaming card in there. I don't game, but it's good for video editing. But these Ryzen motherboards, they don't have onboard. I don't have a onboard video on it. Yeah, you have to get a compatible CPU for that, and mine doesn't have it. So there's some bugs with it, but everything's workable. Easy workaround.
Alan's in South Carolina. Yeah, I can't help you out down there, dude.
OBS, there's 80,000 billion tutorials online. I mean, I put some up, but if you don't understand one, you'll find one, you'll hit one. But a little bit I put up, I try to make it really easy. Like I had it when I was trying what was that other program I was using, Restream? When I did my first live stream, right? And what happened was it only would do 720, right? Just like this. I can't go any higher than 720, and it might be different on the paid version of StreamYards. But it lets you use your OBS as a virtual cam, just like in here. What happened? I had my video setting set to 1080, so there was they're fighting. It couldn't keep up with the speed, and so I figured that out. So I just keep everything on 1280 by 720 now. It's fine. It's.
I have no idea what any of that means other than the 1080.
Your resolution quality. And
yeah.
I mentioned Don. I know
Ben Combs used to live in.
Yeah, I knew you were Canada, Zach.
That's Canada. Yeah, I was gonna say Canuck. He's a Canuck.
Yeah, I knew that.
Now, are you a boot? Is it a boot or a bout? I saw people were teasing Hack today about the boot, but he doesn't say a boot. A bout. He says a bout.
No, he has one or two Canadian words. So I'll say, and I forget what it is. The usual ones. I think that's one of them. Other than that, you couldn't tell he's from Canada. I mean, we have people in the north say we sound funny. You know what I mean? Our big thing is if you're from Baltimore, it's Hun, Hon. Hey, Hun.
Oh, Alan Robbins is SC. What does SC stand for in Canada? I'm mixed up.
A boot.
No Canadians say a boot. I'm not really. Frank, say they aren't making much these days. But Blue, everything is going digital. No, I'm missing. I can't keep up. I tell you, guys like Hack, Dave's Guitar Channel, even Dave Stafford, Metalhead Hippie. I don't know how you can't. How do you do this and keep track in the chat? I don't get it.
We're doing pretty good now. If I'm using the chat in here, sometimes it can be behind the actual chat on YouTube.
See, these guys are talking about Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Spring Grove around here is a loony bin.
Oh, not that Spring Grove.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have Spring. It's between here and now I'm closer. I'm real close to York, where if you're familiar, I'm right. 30 is like a mile from me, Route 30. And now when I was living on the south end of town, I would go through Spring Grove, Pennsylvania to get to York. Yeah, they got the paper mill, and at times it doesn't smell very good. It's very. Yeah, I'm sure you would agree on that, Frank.
Let me tell you something. The last dealership I worked at was in Dundalk. Okay.
Right.
And my first day there, it's right by what they call the shit factory, where they burn the.
Yes, in Essex. Yeah, it was probably on Merritt Boulevard.
Merritt Boulevard. Yeah, I think it's actually Dundalk. But
I mean, where you were working at was probably.
No, I was in Dundalk. No, I was working in Dundalk. And the first day I went in to start at this new place, I got out and it's just smelled like a big pile of shit. And I said, "Oh my God, what did I get
That's
myself
what it is.
But, well, I know it's being burnt. But the thing, you know what's funny is after about an hour, you don't even smell it anymore.
You might
And
get
then you
used
come
to
in
it.
the next day, you smell it a little bit, but you get used to it. So the people that live,
Yeah, it's Dundalk is well. There's worse places than that than
nah,
Dundalk.
there's good
Yeah,
parts and
that's
bad parts of Dundalk, like any town.
like what's it, O'Donnell Heights or something?
It's a
Which is
very blue
right.
collar. It's a very blue collar. It's by Sparrows Point. Sparrows Point used to
It
be a
was a steel
shipyard.
town,
Yeah,
right?
steel
It
town
used
and
to
a
be
shipyard in World War II.
right.
And I mean, it had its own little town, really.
It's Margaret's from there.
And
My wife's from there.
yeah,
So now my wife worked. My wife lived off. Do you remember? You know North Point Road.
oh yeah, I
Remember?
worked at North Point Motors.
Okay, you remember they had North Point Driving? Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
that? It was
Yeah.
right in my wife's backyard, right there. There was a
Oh,
McDonald's,
yeah.
but now it's all townhouses there now.
Yeah.
It's all
Merritt Boulevard, and then North Point Boulevard. I mean, that's
right. And there's some really very good restaurants out there. Still good restaurants out there.
Dave, the Dave Guitar Channel. The tease on Dundalk is you call it Dumb Dog, which is not nice. Not nice, I know, but it's a very blue collar, redneckish area, but it's very diverse too. I mean, you've got projects here, but what they've done in Maryland is they've like a lot of the Section 8 housing. They keep moving people out into the counties. Now, I grew up in Cockeysville, and there's a road out in Cockeysville which is north of Towson. A lot of people have heard of Towson University, Towson, Maryland. And what they did in Cockeysville, I found this out after I left Cockeysville. I've been in Catonsville for 35, 36 years now with my wife. But what they did is there was this one road that had nothing but apartments on it. We called it Apartment Row. It's Cranbrook Road. And it got so they moved out a lot of these, not the fancier apartment complexes. They turned into Section 8 housings. Well, what happened is there were two shopping centers, strip mall, outdoor, not enclosed malls, and both of the grocery stores left because they were getting stolen blind. Now you had the bus lines coming out there, and they got. You're going to get, that's what you get with Section 8 housing, and it's not to be a bigot or anything, but you get a different element of person.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Now I think Essex is way worse than Dundalk. Essex.
Well, it depends what part. There's, but there's nice, good parts and bad parts of everything.
We lived in that when we first moved in together. And I'm talking about like 83, 82, 83. We lived in Essex, and I never saw a cockroach until I moved in that place.
I lived in an apartment that had that. That was like
Oh
you wake up in
God.
the morning. You wake up 2 or 3 in the morning because you're out all night drinking. You got to go take a leak, and you sneak in the kitchen, turn on the light with the newspaper, and start.
Oh, it was horrible.
Cockroach
But I remember
stories. You didn't know you were getting into cockroach stories tonight coming into our chat, boys.
This is before they used to have these battery powered clocks. You hang on the wall. They would plug in the wall, and they would love to go in there because it's warm. And they would have their mess. Oh, terrible! But they would always do the what do you call it? The bombing, where what do you call it when they put the stuff that kills them every so often?
Yeah,
it was terrible. But we only lived there for like 6 months.
I wanted to bring up something, and some of the experts can help me out. Joe or Dave, Joe Wentz, Dave's guitar. A lot of you guys, Jesse, Spacey Jazzy Blues. You were saying how the harmonics were you really like the harmonics when you're Paul Reed Smith, right?
Me? Yes.
But that comes from the electron, from the pickups, not from the guitar, right?
Am I
right or am I wrong? Steak and Ale, Dave's guitar channel. He's been Steak and Ale. Oh my God, that was my father's favorite restaurant.
Yeah, we had that out here. Yeah, but that was a franchise, though, right?
Yeah, they had one in Timonium. Oh my God, my father loved that, man. They had the best salad bar. Oh my God, bringing back memories. But that's intonation. The harmonics.
it's just really, it's just
But
like
if a guitar squeals, if a guitar has better, then you just maybe your Paul Reed Smith's intonated better than your other guitars, according to what Dave's saying here. Pickups and setup. Okay, so it's both, but okay.
It's just always easy to do the real harmonic. I mean, it just sounds really good. But like I said, the pickup, it's like when I'm playing something, and it could be, it's probably me more than anything, and me not using the helix correctly. It just seems like like if I'm doing something, it dies at the end of the note. I mean, I see.
Well, that's for helix, and I haven't figured out how to get the sustain some guys, but I found this guy that's really good. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, Dave, because I was very impressed, by the way, Dave's guitar channel with your. I had no idea that you had such an extensive resume of guitaring. My God, you know everybody, dude. But anyway, what was I going to say? Christ, I forgot what I was going to goddamn say.
Oh, you saw Dave's his story, how he got started. Yeah,
but at the end of it, he said to practice. But I can't figure it. The EQ's there. I mean, it's part of the EQ. The Helix has that to sustain, but I can't figure out how to get all that sustain.
See, I'm using this like this one patch I got from Eric and.
Oh, the guy! I know what I was saying. Dave's guitar channel. Have you heard of Steve Starlacci or whatever? Scarlacci. His wife is a country crossover singer, and I can't think of her name now, but a very attractive young gal, very good singer. But he's really good. He has the best Helix tutorials on internet, and I hate to keep harping. As much as I love the Helix, and I'll never get rid of it because it's everything I ever need. I'm not buying any. I wasn't a pedal guy to begin with. I was always multi-effect.
Me either.
But you shouldn't have to watch video tutorials to get the best out of something. It's ridiculous. And most of these guys that give us the tutorials are trying to make a buck by you buying their patches, which is they're not going to sound the same when you buy them because what you plug them into is not what they plug them into. It's very frustrating. Hey, Wolf Doc, Woof Woof, the dog pup.
I'm going to get this. I'm going to do the pop out chat. I don't like the pop out because it seems like maybe that will work.
All right, I've been harmonics come from lately touching the fret. Yeah, I understand that, but I think some guitars are going to have better harmonics than others, depending on the pickups. Would be my guess. So I don't know what the setup has to do with it.
The PR.
I don't know anything.
Mine's a 24 fret.
I know nothing
on that.
I know patterns, and
I know nothing. Hey, Vanzini, Dogpaw. Merry Christmas, guys.
Great Vanzini. What's happening here? My buddy's dad was one of the owners of Steak and Ale. Oh, most of the other guys started the other bigger restaurant. Okay. Well, that was cool.
Oh, really?
Steak and Ale was cool. When Steak and Ale, the restaurant, we'll get back to that, first started, you come and this guy came in this really, old English type thing, funny pants and almost a blouse, not a shirt with all the ruffles and everything. And they give you the menu, and the menu was like a chopping block. What a butcher would use to chop up the meat.
Right.
Then they did away with that and went with the traditional, big menus and all. But they had great food.
I gotta say hi to Chris. Stopped in here, the Guitar Pit. Haven't seen him in a long time. Merry Christmas, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. A long time. He's got a great channel.
Well, you learn something every day. I didn't know that, Dave's guitar. Dave, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Now, the only Steak and Ale I know, was there one on York Road?
It was on Timonium Road, off of York
Timonium Road.
Behind the fairgrounds. Behind the state fairgrounds.
Yeah. I never ate there. We used to go to, what's it, Ramona's Macaroni Grill? What's it called? We used to go there a lot.
Macaroni Grill.
That was good. I liked it.
Steak and Ale started in probably in the 80s, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I know it was there, but
I was there a long time.
I never ate there, though.
Yeah. Oh, they were the best. That was a good chain, unfortunately, but like all chains, it kind of wore out. So Outback, I got to Janet Outback.
It's terrible.
Chili's, and I've never heard of Houston's, but Chili's and Outback all came from Steak and Ale.
Oh, really?
One guy in the chat. I'll tell you later. Sorry, folks.
Outback, I used to like it, but it's not as good as it used to be. They really changed.
It depends which one you go to. Me and my wife always sit at the bar because you get a little bit better service sometimes. But
sometimes.
I'll tell you a funny Outback story. I'm very weird with my diet. If butter's cooked in with something I don't know about it, that's great. But I don't put butter on my corn on the cob. I don't put butter on my pancakes. I don't put butter on nothing. My baked potato. I think I OD'd on butter when I was a little kid. Is all I can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
But so
that's why you're so thin.
Yeah. Well, no, I have a very hyper metabolism. But the thing is, we went for my birthday. On my birthday one about 3 years ago to Outback, and they had this thing special where you could get the lobster with your steak for like $10 or $5. It's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that, and I told the bartender, because we sit at the bar. I said, "Now look, this is very important. No butter on the lobster." Now everybody dips their lobster in butter, or they pour butter all over it, whatever. But I said, no butter. So what happens? They come out, there's butter all over the goddamn lobster. There's butter in my broccoli. It's like, I just sent it back. I said, thanks for ruining my birthday. The manager came out and I said, will you just leave me alone? Go away.
Did he make it right?
They offered to, but I said they just took it off. They didn't charge me for it.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't eat nothing?
Dinner that night.
Oh.
I acted like an asshole, which is par for the course. But what are you going to do?
When I'm on a diet and I'm eating, I'll eat fish, and I'll tell him I don't want no butter in it, and he'll still do the same thing. I said, nope. I said I didn't want any butter. I just want it, and I'll have him redo it. Just grill it or whatever, or blacken it, and they'll do it for me a lot of times.
And another time I went there, and one of the things that a lot of restaurants do, and Outback was doing it for a while there, is, and people like it. Most people, I'm not most people. You get a steak, and there's a big round chunk of butter, like a butter, snowball on top of your steak. And I told them I didn't want any butter on my steak, no butter on my steak. So they send me out a steak that was the most bland looking thing you've ever seen in your life. It's just like they put the steak, they fried the steak. It didn't even look broiled. Didn't even have the lines across it. And I said, look, I didn't want butter. I didn't want the big blob of butter. You can put butter on it and grill it. You don't know it's there. And it actually gives it flavor. I understand that. It's like, I can't win with it.
So does that mean you don't get a loaded baked potato with a bunch of butter on it?
No.
I
sour
do,
cream,
unfortunately.
baby. I drown my
sour cream too.
Sour cream. It's like a river. River of sour cream.
Do you eat the whole baked potato? You eat the skin?
Sometimes.
I love the skin, especially when it's drenched in butter.
But what's funny, I should more often because I love potato skins.
Yeah.
Love potato skins, bacon and cheddar cheese. All right, let's see.
Hey, Paul.
Right. Paul's been here. Paul Lou's been here. Yeah. Paul, we haven't seen much from you. We need to see some Lou. Does everybody agree with me? Put a 1 up that we should see Paul doing some leads because I know he's got them. I know he has it in him. I want to see Paul do some leads. He's an excellent rhythm guitarist. There's Rick Heffner. He's a new guy.
Hi, Rick.
Heffner or Heffner?
Heffner. I say Heffner. No, it's no problem.
Hey, Rick.
No problem at all. But I got to stop drinking. It's here. I drink these. Look, it's kind of like why am I drinking diet soda if I'm eating all kinds of food? It's like, I just like diet soda. But I got to start drinking water, which I've never drank much of water.
Me and my wife gave up sodas about 10 years ago. We make nothing but iced tea. And what we do is we get these, they're about this size, tea bags. They're 1 gallon tea bags. And we have a second coffee machine, like a drip, you pour the water in the one thing and
right.
And so you make a pot of tea. You get a cool, the pitcher. You fill the pitcher up with ice. We get the lemonade concentrate, to make lemon. Remember the things to make lemonade, frozen lemonade. We put about 2 big scoops of that in there on top of the ice. Pour the hot tea. It melts some of the ice cubes. And you have the best lemon and sweetened iced tea that you can imagine. That's all we drink is iced tea. Every once in a while we'll get a Coke.
Mark drinks iced tea. I'll drink it sometimes. But we have the Keurig now for the last 2 or 3 years. So our coffee's Keurig, and it's probably, I know can't be cheaper. Got to be more money, but
yeah, it's more money because you're paying for it. But I have a friend that has that, and it's good coffee. I mean, you get 50 million.
You get all kinds of different things.
Yeah,
I used to like the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which I still do. Cheers.
Just make sure your tea bags don't have formaldehyde. Doc, now why'd you have to tell me that? I've been drinking You're telling me we've been drinking formaldehyde for the last 10 years?
Hi, Dan. Perhaps Guitar Show.
Perhaps Guitar Show. I think I just subbed to him. I don't know if I did or not.
Old Man Dan. That's Old Man Dan.
Huh?
That's Old Man Dan. Crap Guitar Show.
Dan? What?
Yep. Yeah.
Huh.
He changed it a while ago.
I didn't know that. Okay, Old Man Dan. I remember. Okay. I did see that. And I said, he looks awful, God. He looks familiar. Look, don't get old, folks. It's bad, and don't do drugs. I did too many earlier in my life, so I'm paying the price now. For
all I did was smoke a little bit of pot, but I still have the munchies, and that was from over 30 years ago. So that's why I blame my weight gain on that.
Crystal Light iced tea is good, Mitch. Crystal Light iced tea?
Yes, I like that. I've had that. That's recently.
Instant, right? Crystal Light, is that a bottled product or is that instant?
I don't know. I had it. I know we had Crystal Light. I just can't remember. Well, you know what, Mark? Yes, she gets to Turkey Hill, which is made here in PA. Turkey Hill iced tea. Diet iced tea.
I just know Turkey Hill ice cream.
And we get that too. It's made somewhere here.
If it's on sale, I'll buy it. I buy whatever's on sale. Just get vanilla or chocolate usually.
Hi, Brad. Brad Guitar Miller.
Brad Guitar Miller. Now everybody's changing their names.
He put the guitar in there.
Maybe I should change my name and mess everybody.
Well, I do have another channel. I don't do nothing with it, and it's called Old Man 65 or something. The only thing I might do is so I can sub somebody twice. To give them. I never go in it.
Well, that's nice of you. That's nice of you to do.
Yeah.
I get my wife, guys that are looking, if somebody's like one away from 200 or 100 or 300 or whatever, I'll tell my wife to sub them.
I had 393, and then when I did that live stream, when I put my music video up, I lost 10 subscribers.
Read what Rick Heffner just said, Mitch. That's one of the better comments I've seen for a while.
Oh.
I smoked pot once, and once never went away.
Same here, but unfortunately I did it more than once. But I haven't smoked in over 30 years.
Let me tell you something. In high school, we used to go to Burger King, and oh my God, you'd be there and you'd take 2 bites out of your Whopper, and somebody'd look at somebody, and for no reason at all, you'd start laughing, and then you couldn't eat.
Yeah.
You'd be laughing for 15 minutes, and then you settle down and eat.
Remember those days. Remember those days very well. My buddy, he worked at a Burger King. He was a manager, and when they would shut down, we go there. We would just be smoking pot and eating. They used to have those yumbos, which I never liked.
That was the ham sandwich.
The ham sandwich. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it wasn't bad, but I'm not much of a ham. I don't care for ham.
What is wrong with Burger King? Now, when I was a teenager, they had the Whaler. I loved their fish sandwich because I thought their fish sandwich really knocked McDonald's fish sandwich dick in the dirt. Okay, but they don't call it the Whaler anymore. They call it the Big Fish. Whaler was a great name.
We don't get there. We don't get there too much.
I don't
once in a while.
Burger King at all anymore. It doesn't agree with me. There's something about how whatever that char flavor, it just doesn't do it for me like it did when I was a kid. Man, I'd take Burger King over McDonald's any day. I
used to like the Wendy's hamburgers, but they changed over the years. But lately I've been getting this chicken sandwich, and it's pretty good there. It's grilled. It's some kind of fried chicken
At
sandwich.
Wendy's.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got
You
it
know what my
today.
wife reminded me of? Remember back in the day, the chicken cordon bleu sandwich?
Yes.
That was a good sandwich.
Yeah.
That was good.
But did it
Chicken,
have ham?
and Swiss
Yeah.
cheese.
I don't like ham. I don't like ham.
Well, there you go. There you
Not
go.
because I can't eat it or anything. It's because I just don't like it. But I love bacon. Oh, I love bacon. Bacon's good with anything. I love bacon. Never really did any drugs. Yeah, just pot. I never did anything. I never drank much.
They changed the baby seal
Oh,
meat. What?
oh, look. See what Extreme Brian posted. Leslie West is in the hospital. They don't think he's going to make it.
Hey,
Oh man.
let me tell you something. The first concert we ever saw at the Civic Center in Baltimore, I think it was Jay Giles Band and a Paul Butterfield blues band, maybe, or
hmm
no, I don't know. One of those blues bands, Climax Blues Band. I don't know what it
Climax
was,
Blues Band. Yeah.
but I don't know who it was. But the second concert we saw was Alvin Lee and 10 Years After, who some people blow me
I
away
liked
to
them.
say
I
they
liked
don't
them. I
like.
liked
If
them.
you ever saw them live, man, let me tell you something. Listen to 10 Years After live. That's a great.
I
You
had
cannot, if you like
one
rock
album.
and roll, you can't tell me that he's not great. But anyway, we saw Alvin Lee was the headliner, and Leslie West opened for him.
Really.
Yeah, Leslie West was awesome, man. That was back.
I liked Leslie West.
1974. Now this is a lifetime ago.
Mountain.
You guys weren't even born, probably.
Yeah, they had
Sorry to hear about that. Rest in peace, Leslie. If you leave us, man,
they had a heavy metal Sunday there at the Civic Center, and I'm trying to think. This was in the early '70s. I'm trying to, and I think they had Blue Oyster Cult.
Wow.
I think Aerosmith was there before they were really big. I'm trying to think who else was there. I just can't. I think Climax Blues Band was one of them, and several other bands. Steppenwolf was one of them. And some other bands that weren't real popular.
I love Steppenwolf, especially.
I'm
their
thinking
old stuff,
Aerosmith was there, but they weren't just like when they first started coming out. I don't know, in the early '70s sometime. Then I saw Johnny Winter there by himself, and they had. So I'm up in the lead set on the top, on the floor level. They had some kind of fight going on. Then the next thing you know, the people came back with their head bandaged all up. They didn't get thrown out or something. I don't know.
This
But
is for you younger guys.
Johnny.
This is for you younger guys. Back in the day, back in the 70s, like I'm going to give you the 2 years, 74 and 75, when I saw all the concerts. It was between the Baltimore Civic Center or the Washington Capitol Center. This is,
Right.
and you'd go to a concert and you'd have your own stash, okay? But you'd be sitting there and somebody would just pass a joint. It would just
Oh yeah, you'd have had no
just
choice.
come right by you. It's like, all right, try yours,
It was like
it's like I don't remember most of the concerts I went to because we got so wasted.
I think the Capitol Center. I think I only went twice. I saw AC/DC there, and I can't remember if anybody opened for him, but it was the those about to rock around that time because they were doing the Canon things, and then I saw the only time I ever played in a band that made any kind of money. They did a lot of surfing type songs like Beatles and Beach Boys songs. So the Beach Boys were there, but who opened up for the Beach Boys? Chicago. So I saw them there.
We were anti-Beach Boys in high school, but now I love the Beach Boys now.
Yeah,
I didn't appreciate them back then. They weren't cool.
If you didn't play like Hendrix,
The two best concerts I ever saw. Well, I don't know. Alvin Lee was pretty good, but when I was a senior, we were juniors when we first started going to concerts. But my senior year, and after we graduated, my senior year we saw, I think it was the Allman Brothers Band. Of course, that was post Dwayne. That was like right after the Ramblin' Man day. High Falls was the album out for the Allman Brothers, and we saw Allman Brothers, Marshall Tucker, and Charlie Daniels Band. I think, yeah. I think it was, yeah. And then the other concert we saw that was phenomenal. It might have been 76. I don't know. But it was Santana was the headliner, but the opening act was Return to Forever. And this was Romantic Warrior period, if you know Return to Forever. that's one of my favorite bands of all time. Chick Corea and Return to Forever.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, oh my God. And the one guy with us made us leave in the middle of the. He was driving, so we had to leave because he was driving
Yeah.
in the middle of Santana, and we missed Al Di Meola coming in on stage and jamming with Santana. I'll never
Really?
forgive that guy I will never forgive him for that.
We
Because
have you been
back then they were my two favorite guitarists.
have you been into the local clubs like what was it what was up your way Club Venus? Was it Club Venus?
Venus that turned
Remember
into
that?
Maxwell's. It got even better when it was Maxwell's. I saw Joan Jett at Maxwell's.
Did you really?
She had a great guitar player, man. That was good.
I never was there.
I knew the song I love rock and roll. Whatever was like 79. No, this would have been the 80s, early 80s, 80, 81, 82.
Mm-hmm.
But saw Joan Jett. They were great. And
I like
people
Joan Jett.
dancing. It was such a small venue. People were dancing to Joan Jett.
Right. Then, of course, they had Hollywood Palace on Route 40. We're near you now. I don't know what's there now, but we saw. Who did we saw? I'm trying to think.
Daniel
Kicks.
Horsley.
Kicks.
Daniel Horsley, how old are you? You don't look old enough to have seen Dwayne. Oh, Derek and Dickie. Oh, I saw. When I read that, Daniel Horsley says, my senior year, I saw the Allman Brothers for the first time. Derek and Dickie were the guitar players. I could have sworn I read Dwayne.
And there was another club.
Slow down on the Chardonnay, hey?
There was another club on Route 40 on the other side.
Reflection. Reflection.
No, yeah, I think it was Reflect. But they used before that.
Before Reflections, Janet.
Casino, Latin Casino.
Casino. Right.
Latin Casino.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I went there. Oh my gosh! And a few times I was crazy. I mean,
Hollywood Palace. Was it Hollywood Palace?
That was on 40 up your end. Remember Epstein's was across the street?
Yeah.
Epstein's, his store, Epstein's. Yeah.
I live there.
Right.
I live here. That's right up the street from me. 5 minutes away.
So you're not too far. Enchanted Forest. Remember Enchanted Forest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's about 15 minutes away. I can walk to Catonsville High School in
my son's parents live up there. I guess
that's Ellicott City.
Yeah, Ellicott City towards he came before it hits Route 70 on 40.
Yeah.
But which of course I had nothing to do with my son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was there. I was only there
Hammerjack.
one time at Hammerjack's. One time. And you know who we saw there? Do you remember? You might remember. Do you remember? Of course, you had Howard Stern, but do you remember the Grease Man out of Washington?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw him there, and he was at Hammerjack's, and he was playing with the Village People. He was singing with them.
The Village.
Believe it or not.
YMCA.
Remember the Village? YMCA. Yeah.
Why? I don't even. How do you do the M?
I don't know. Just.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's the only time. I think it's the only time I was ever at Hammerjack's. Just that one time. I was drinking quite a bit that night.
Doc, I used to like you. I don't like you anymore, Doc. You saw Santana open for Clapton. Di Meola joined him. Oh, I don't like you anymore at all. And did Badge. It's fun. Badge. I don't know if you guys know the song Badge by Cream. It's not one of their more well-known tunes like I can't even think of them now. But that has the opening bass line is the greatest. And that guy Rick Beato or whatever.
Yeah.
He did the top 10 best bass lines in a song or whatever. And he didn't have, and I've made a comment in there. I didn't even get it's like, what is wrong with that? If you know the song Badge, that's got the coolest bass line. Well, there's one song that's better, but none of you know of it. It's a Wet Willie song called Everything That Should Do Will Come Back to You. Great bass line.
I might know it if I hear it, but Harrison Kilroy.
Eric and Dickie. Wow. Good for you, Daniel. You're the man. And Doc, I don't like you anymore. I'll never email you again. I'm
Dog Paw?
I'm kidding.
There's like I haven't seen a whole lot of bands, but bands that I regret that I never saw: Led Zeppelin, of course, EVH, those two for sure. I like ZZ Top. I would have loved to see them. I have never saw them. those three. I'm trying to think who else. Now, my wife, she said she saw Paul McCartney in Wings. I kind of wouldn't. I would have liked to seen him. Never saw him.
I liked his first album, but the rest of the stuff I didn't like, except the one song. One song McCartney does that nobody hardly knows about is a song called Bluebird. Hey, Dave, that would be a good, easy lesson. Very cool song. Dave's Guitar Channel, Bluebird by McCartney. That's perfect for acoustic too.
He might have it. He might have it up there already.
If you send me that copy of that ticket, I may cross you off my list, Doc. No, send it to me. That's very groovy.
Yeah, AC/DC was probably it's probably the favorite band I ever saw. I mean, but they were so loud, unbelievably loud.
We were such assholes, and the guys I hung around with, like AC/DC, AC/DC, they were so snobbish of what they liked. But I loved AC/DC.
I did too.
I've got one of their CDs. I guess a live one or something. Oh, I love that, man. That's if you can't get pumped up listening to AC. Sometimes when I go golf on the way to golf, I'll listen to AC/DC. It gets me pumped up. I got to calm down a little bit before I hit my first shot.
Yeah, I love AC/DC. Like I said, Led Zeppelin. So trying to think who would between Led Zeppelin, EVH.
I wanted to see the Stones, but I'm not going to pay. Even now, they keep coming around. But
yeah, it's another one.
I'm not spending $500 for a good seat to see a concert. Sorry.
Yeah. You can just go to the nursing home if you want to see the Rolling Stones. Probably not too much different now. I shouldn't say that. But trying to think between EVH, you can put Rolling Stones in there, Led Zeppelin, and ZZ Top. Who would you rather see out of those four?
Say that again.
ZZ Top, EVH, Led Zeppelin, and Rolling Stones.
Well, most of the guys in this chat are probably going to say EVH, but I guess between Zeppelin and Stones, Zeppelin. But probably go with the Stones because I like the Stones better than Zeppelin, and I like Zeppelin.
To me, would it be? I'm going to probably say EVH too.
But the first Zeppelin album I wore that album out as and I wasn't even playing guitar back then. Whole Lot of Love and whatever album now, House of the Holy, is that one with Stairway to Heaven. Love that song. Still can't play it, but sometimes I get halfway there and I've got half of it down, but I can get the first couple chords, and then I get lost with it. So
I think I still remember how to play it pretty close. But you're not allowed to play if you go to guard. If you go to
fired up, I might have to bring out this box later.
If you go to a Guitar Center and play Stairway to Heaven, they'll throw you out. It's one of.
I don't know. You can do it like EJ did and go viral.
I'm only kidding.
That was the coolest video I've seen from. I still have yet to see one that blows me away, like EJ's when he went and played Stairway Heaven on his vacation at Guitar Center.
Yeah,
that got him over 1,000.
He got some crazy videos.
I feel sorry for one thing I want to bring up tonight. I feel sorry for a lot of these people out here that think that when they get to 1,000 subs, they're going to start supporting their channel and making all this money. You don't make if you don't believe me that you don't make any money on YouTube for monetization. If you guys have heard of this guy, the Raccoon Whisperer in Nova Scotia, okay?
Yeah.
He did a radio interview. No. Yeah, he did a radio interview, and the guy explained, said you could go viral and on all the, Instagram and all that, and the guy's not in it for money. But somebody did a video on how much money the Raccoon Whisperer makes a year, and he commented on it, says, I don't make anywhere near what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. He makes money. He gets a lot of, he got 11 million views on one video, but you don't get that much. Ask Guitar Hack. He'll tell you, you don't get much. But you got to think once they get to $1,000, they're going to start getting $1,000. I don't know.
You got a few people in here. You got a few monetary people in here. So, but I have a friend of mine. he has around 300,000. He does computer stuff. I mean, he'll do a 4, 5, 6 hour video just building a computer. He can have several thousand in there just watching the show.
Really?
But he'll get the super chats. He can get $200-$300 in super chats.
Oh yeah,
a night. Even though I know Google might get I know they get a certain percentage of it.
30% actually. I've heard 30%. I think Hack said 30% goes to Google.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But just
I don't super chat anybody, but some of the guys that I like, I'll PayPal. If they have a PayPal account, I'll like Tracks and
right. Yep.
I'll throw them a bone every once in a while,
and they'll get all the money. But now what about these people? They have a couple million subs. Oh my! And they're doing all right. Now I've been watching. There's these shows on YouTube called like Spam the Spammer type shows. Like you get those spammers they call you.
Right.
I'm watching one. He's got like maybe less than 200 subs, but I'm watching his live show. He's got like maybe 3,000 some people in the chat. 3,000 some people. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was watching. Was it today or yesterday? And it's crazy. But I'm never going to be. If you look on those YouTube channels, they'll tell you how to become popular, and they say number one, they'll say being nice looking helps. Well, there's one strike against you already.
There you go. You and me both, bro.
Right. We're old. I'm fat. And then having good content. Being well spoken, which I'm not. And you are. You sound like to me, Don. You sound like a used car salesman.
I was a used car salesman, brother. I know. Hey, look at this one. But I wasn't. Nothing like used car. The movie Used Cars. That's why I didn't make my fortune selling cars.
Oh, you remember that movie?
Huh?
You remember that movie Used Cars?
Oh yeah.
We were talking Kurt Russell. We were talking about it last week.
He was the greatest.
I could watch it again.
You talk about the super chats. During this COVID thing, I ran out of things to watch on Netflix. And we've got cable with I don't know how many movie channels. Could never find a movie to watch, so I'm on YouTube all day long. I'm watching videos. So I like to go to casinos, but you can't do that anymore. And I like to go to the Baltimore casino. I like to go to Vegas or Atlantic City. That's So I don't. But so I started watching some of these people that would go into casinos and they'd film themselves playing slot machines. I said, all right, this is interesting. Let's see if they hit anything.
Are they allowed to?
Yeah. They get permission. Then they'll sit at tables and play like blackjack or 3-card poker or any of these gimmicky games. But they do live streams doing it, and they get permission. They have the table by themselves, and it's absolutely incredible. They're buying in for like $1,000, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. They don't lose much, but they lose sometimes. But usually, a lot of times they win. But while they're doing it, they're streaming. People are sending them $50, $25, $10, $2, whatever. By the time it's done, they didn't lose a penny because they've got about 6, 7, 8 I counted one guy got up to $1,000 in super chats while he's at the casino.
Really?
People are nuts. Because they're so excited. I guess they want to be at the casino too, so they're all excited watching the other person do it.
Yeah, I'm not much on gambling, even though I've been to Vegas a lot because my parents live there. And was just never much on gambling. I did it though, but then I remember like the first time I went there in what was it, 86 or 84, 86. I remember my dad took me out and he showed me how to play craps.
And the best, but it's hard, man. You got to know what you're doing.
Well, there's like so many different games within the game. All I did was play the pass line stuff or whatever. I forgot how to play it now.
Right.
And the percentage was, but I'm learning on a quarter table, which was in Union Plaza right there in Fremont Street.
Yeah.
Well, now Fremont Experience.
All the cheap stuff. That's the place to go if you don't want to lose a lot of money.
But I don't know if it's cheap. I don't think it's cheap like that anymore. Then I remember I went to Atlantic City with my skills that my dad taught me. And trying to play craps, and the minimum bet was like $10.
Oh yeah.
So I said I lost $100. I lost like $80 in 2 minutes, but I got back up, and I might have went up ahead a little bit, but I'm not a gambler.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to semi take issue, but I agree. I agree, but I don't agree with Squire Telecaster. He said concerts are also about state of mind at the time. The music just steals the memory. It depends on the concert. Now, sometimes the music's so good that it just blows you away. My problem is we got so wasted watching the concerts that I know I went there, but there's not a whole lot I remember. But I do remember Alvin Lee just was because we were big time into 10 years after recorded live. If you don't have
I had that one. I had that one album. I had the one album.
And let me tell you something. To me, the greatest blues song on vinyl or CD or whatever is "Slow Blues in C" by 10 Years After recorded live. Man, that is just that's the best, man. And I'm a big Alvin Lee fan. It's such a shame we lost him. And now we're going to lose Leslie West. Wow. That's a shame.
Yeah, I think I think he's pretty close with Howard Stern. I used to hear him on there, but I know he's been a diabetic, I believe. But actually, a couple years ago, I learned how to play Mississippi Queen. Of course, I forgot, but it's a good tune to learn.
Oh, that's a great tune.
Good tune to play.
One of the classics, man. That's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Crap show. I gambled twice, got married, and was miserable for 11 years, and got married again, and have been happy. Good for you, guy. Good for you.
And was it the same?
Crap show is Old Man Dan, right? I got
right. Was it the same woman both times? Nah, probably not. Yeah, I was married. The first time for.
That's a good one, Mitch. I like that.
Well, my wife, she divorced her first husband.
Not. Huh?
My wife divorced her husband, her first husband, remarried him, and gave him another chance and divorced him again.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but I was married once before, and it didn't last long at all.
Dan. All right. I don't know. Maybe I didn't subscribe. I don't know. Definitely not the same woman. I told you.
You know what?
I told you.
If whoever was in Dave's Guitar Channel last night, if Dave's still in here, remember we're talking about. I talk about, my who's in bed with me? My wife, my dog, and my Les Paul. And after the show was my wife's going, "Hey, we were talking about going in bed with you. I heard you were talking about somebody was hot." I said, "No, I wasn't talking about anybody. I was talking about some pot, P-O-T, but I wasn't talking about anything hot." And she might hear me now. Yes, I did tell her, "No, I wasn't talking about. I was talking about having my Les Paul in bed." She crap going in her mind.
Do you name your guitar? Do you name your guitars?
No,
I don't either.
No.
Although I call Blue my Les Paul Big Blue, but
it
just doesn't seem to be a good name for my.
If a guitar is nice looking, it's nice looking. But I'm not no sentimental thing about unless I would collect stuff. I would like to have one of these striped guitars just to have it. Not that I need it, but I don't know.
I haven't watched China Guitar Skeptic or whatever his CGS. How's he? Is he doing good? I used to watch him, but I don't watch any of the. I watch very few big channels.
Yeah, it's like three, and it's like I follow 2 or 3 people, and I barely have time and I got to spend time. We got to watch, even though there's nothing on Netflix and whatever. But now, do you have HBO too? Now they have HBO.
We got rid of HBO and Max and Cinemax.
They have HBO Max, which is separate. It's part of HBO, but it's free if you have HBO. So now they got stuff on there. They're going to have. I like those comic movies. The Superman, all that. So Wonder Woman is coming out tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on HBO Max too. So we have that. So I'll get to watch that. But
I'll wait till it's on pay-per-view. I think I can get it on pay-per-view after it's been. Well, it's probably on pay-per-view now. I can probably get. Is it
for what show?
For Wonder Woman.
That doesn't come out until Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, eventually, I think I can get. I'll pay to see that probably. I like all the. Reading the comics as a kid, I got both Marvel and DC comics, but DC, I was more of a DC comic guy.
Right.
Although I did like Thor. I thought Thor was the coolest guy.
I liked it too.
I had a subscription to Thor
I liked all that stuff,
comics.
the Avengers, and my
Yeah.
wife. She's not crazy about it, but she would go to the theater because I wanted to go. But yeah, and there was a really good one on the Amazon Prime. It was the Bad Boys. It was the Boys, and it was like anti superheroes. They were superheroes, but they're really bad people. They're not really
Okay.
good people. That was really good.
Cool. Someone here, Squire telling Billy Idol was better show at the local casino after his prime. I was there when the cold opened for him. Not good. It's funny you say that. Years ago, we went up to Connecticut to see a friend and his band do their thing, and we left there after the next night. We went to Foxwood, not Foxwood. Janet, what's the other casino up there in Connecticut?
Oh, the Indian.
What's it called? I can't remember. There's two of them in Connecticut, Foxwood and the other one. The other one, Mohegan Sun. Mohegan Sun.
That's what I couldn't think of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went to Mohegan Sun, and I was probably the only one gambler. But but what was really cool, they had a bar area, and then down, behind the bar, you went down these steps, and there were tables. You had to pay to get a table. We saw. I can't think of his name now. Who's the guy that played piano for everybody? Huh? Leon Russell. We saw Leon Russell. He was so old, they had to help him. A guy had to walk and hold his arm while he was walking to the piano. But man, it was the greatest. And it was in a casino way after his prime. His hair's white, still long, way down, But man, was that awesome. At a casino, a small venue, we didn't pay a penny to see him because we're there, just to see. And Leon, that is, it's amazing how some of these guys, when they get older, they're still really, really good if you can catch them.
I guess I can throw in the band I saw. I saw the Gary Lewis and the Playboys when I was a kid in Atlantic City in 1965. Yeah, right? It was like, well, it used to be gear before they had a gambling. It was gear for kids. They had the $1 Million Pier, the Steel Pier, and they had Gary Lewis and the Playboys and Louis Armstrong playing in a different part of the pier. And the same day, I can remember really good. It was like we go in to listen to Gary Lewis Playboys. Of course, they had the amplifiers, and we weren't there 10 minutes, 15 minutes. My father said, "I gotta get out of here. This is too loud for me." Then we saw Louis Armstrong, and he just like in a pavilion, like just right out in the open. Wow. He's playing his trumpet.
Louis Armstrong?
Yeah, he's like, wiping his head and playing. So I saw in Atlantic, Ocean City, Maryland, I saw B.B. King, and I used to work in the you know where Ripley's Believe It or Not is.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be a pure ballroom. They used to and below there was
the ball right.
It was like
B.B. King.
Well, let me tell you, it was right below there. It was I worked at a T-shirt shop when I was like 17 years during the summer.
Cool.
And so they would have bands. Some decent bands would go up there, Electric Light Orchestra. And so after right when they were getting ready to end, you could go up there. They weren't taking any money. They were getting ready. So I went up there and I saw, but he already finished playing, but he's up there on stage.
Wow.
And he's slapping everybody's hand. Then another time, which I mentioned 1,000 other times, Climax Blues Band is playing, and Buddy Miles is drumming for him, right? And so we got to see that. Wow. We got see a couple songs that they're playing. So when they finished, we're following them. They were in a RV, big RV behind there, where they're parked. And so I was living like 5 or 6 guys. Anyway, so me and the guy I was working with, we follow them. And we go in their RV, and they're all smoking joints and pot. Whoever it was Buddy Miles and whoever it was. Then another time I'm working, and 2 guys from Electric Light Orchestra came in. I sold them T-shirts. I didn't see them play or anything. Didn't go up, but I sold. First time I ever heard anybody with an English accent. So I think it was a guy named. I think he was a bass player, Mike Albuquerque. If you look it up, you'll see he was one of the band members for at one time for. Electric Light Orchestra. So that was pretty cool.
Brian S., I have a confession to make. I do. Occasionally.
It's been over 30 years since I had it.
Well, I've got friends that have medical marijuana cards.
Yeah. Well, now it's legal, but I don't want.
They're very generous.
I never did anything worse than that.
Sorry, buddy. I did enough for both of us. So
well, I just never. My neighbor.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
I remember my neighbor OD, and they had the ambulances coming. I didn't.
I want to watch that Mandalorian thing, Squire, but I think you got to.
That's on Disney. It's on a Disney channel,
and I will
need
have
a
nothing
subscription
to do with Disney. I'll never go to a Disney park again, and I'll have nothing to do with them. And I forget what it's about, but something they did, something they advocated. I don't want to get into politics, but
don't they own ESPN and ABC?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
ESPN's a joke too, but does anybody notice this when you watch a goddamn football game? Why can't they just call the game? A lot of serious stuff is going on the TV, and they're talking, like especially the college games, and they're talking about Alabama or Ohio State or Clemson, and it's none of those teams playing. And I want to know I want to know who made the tackle. I want to know who ran the ball. They're talking, the whole game's going on, and they're not even interested in the game. These are the guys that are announcing the game, and they're talking about anything but the game that's right in front of them. And it's ESPN. Well, all the networks do it.
Did you watch any of the game last night?
Which one?
Pittsburgh. They lost.
Yeah.
They got beat by Cincinnati. Oh my gosh!
When Finley ran in for that touchdown, the game's over. I knew the game was over. Pittsburgh. How do you win? I thought they would have come back. How do you win? Well, Big Ben's done, man. How do you win 11 straight and lose 3 straight?
Well, a lot of those 11 games, they look bad on some of those ones that they won. They probably shouldn't have. We should have never lost to them. At least that first time.
If I had kids or grandkids to worry about, I would separate my political views and if they wanted Disney Channel, but I don't have any of that to worry. It's just me and my wife, and I'm not having anything to do with Disney. Sorry.
The Ravens could win out these next 2 games and still not get in the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing. Do you really believe that the Steelers are going to go 11-0 and then 0-5 for the rest of the season?
Well,
you think it's possible?
Yeah, because they still have
the way they're playing, but I don't think that's going to happen. So as long as if we went out and the Steelers beat either the Colts or the Browns, we're in.
But the way they're playing, they may lose the next 2 games.
Ben, don't never underestimate Roethlisberger. I don't like the guy, but
I know. He's a Hall of Famer, first time Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
But I think doesn't Miami play Buffalo? And there's no way Miami's going to beat Buffalo in one of these games.
Don't say that. Who did Miami? Don't say. Look, the Bengals beat the Steelers, and the Jets beat the Chargers.
No, I'm saying what's coming up. We need those losses.
Yeah,
and we got to win. We got to win out too, of course.
We'll see.
Which we should. We got the Giants and who's the last game we had? I forgot. Oh, Cincinnati.
Yeah, old man, crap guitar show. I agree with you. I'm with you all the way on that. The kids come first. The 13-year-old comes before my stupid political things. I did who day. I'm so behind in the chat. Sorry, guys. Chardonnay. I love Chardonnay. I will do a jam tonight, so stay tuned tomorrow for a Chardonnay jam.
I might do something. I'm exhausted.
I'm anxious to see. I don't think Musical Therapy Laz, but Musical Therapy Laz got a Trio Plus, and he hasn't done any videos with. He said he's busy. So I'm sure he's got a job and, busy life, but I'm anxious to see how he does it. Because I think that's the best looper that you can buy, because
not everybody's retired.
I know. But, let's get back to guitars. Too many sports and bullshit.
Yeah.
But the Trio Plus, what's cool about the Trio Plus, with most loopers that I found, at least the one that I bought and the one I had, is if you if you program in the progression with a nice lush chorusy or clean tone, and then you want to jam on top of it, now you want a delayed, overdriven delayed tone on your guitar. The rhythm turns into that same tone, and it sounds like shit. With the Trio Plus, you can record your guitar with whatever effects you want on it for the rhythm, for the chords. Let's say we're doing All Along the Watchtower, A minor, G to F, and back. Then when you go to play leads, you can change the tone, the recipe of effects for the leads, and it doesn't change the recipe of the effects for the rhythm. And that's the problem I have with loopers. I feel sorry for people to get loopers because they got to be miserable. Unless you're a metal guy and you want that, chugga 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 rhythm to jam to, which I can't jam to.
Here's what I do for a looper. I mean, go ahead and talk. I'll set it up. I just use software stuff and it works fine. Let me see if I can get it to.
Well, that's not a looper though. That's software. But
it still does the same thing. I don't need a hardware device to do it, and it's the same thing.
The Chargers aren't going anywhere. That guy's he's a good quarterback, but he's a rookie. He ain't gonna. Sorry, I have to say you're very wrong, Squire Telecaster. But that would be very cool if that happened because they have great uniforms.
All right, I'm going to show you. Look, if the bug that was in here, it's not. It's gone, so it's working right. I'm going to show you, or you should be. You can see that now, can't you? Let me. Let me present.
Yeah, I can see.
Let me present myself.
It looks like my Reaper doll that I haven't opened up in about 6 months.
All right, just you see the noise.
Yeah.
Say it's guitar playing, and I'm gonna play a track. I can have it set up. Let me. Where is it? I can have it set up. Look. I can go to, I got my thing in the way here. I can go into tracks, and I forgot you can have it loop, and I can't remember where it's at.
What's this you're into? What are you using?
This is. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Audacity. So I would click on transport playing and loop play. So we just loop, right?
Right.
So we'll keep on playing, and now I'll hit record. And my guitar would play in there, so I can just go. So I don't need any hardware,
Well, you don't need a looper then, for sure.
Any hardware. I know we got one in the Helix we can use, but that's how I do it.
But Mitch, you're the computer dude, and most people are idiots like myself that have no idea what to do with a computer. I mean, I'm streaming on that computer you helped me buy, and I use it when I jam upstairs. But I don't know what to do with. I paid for the Reaper license so I could have it unlimited.
Right.
Reaper. I haven't even got in there and opened up with the code for my license to use it because the last time I tried that doll, I thought my head was going to explode. I did one jam, and I think I took it down because nobody watched it. If I don't get over 50 views in 6 months, it doesn't make the cut. That's why I'm down to like 2018. I've got videos from 5-6 years ago watching them. Nobody,
I got some from 2007. But I used to do tech stuff back then.
Right.
And I should have been smart and set up a channel with not my real name. Not that I get bothered with nuts or anything, but it's always. It might be, it's a good idea to use not your real name sometimes, especially on social media. Oh well.
And Dan, I agree. It's a good practice tool, but for the computer illiterate like myself, the Trio Plus is a godsend because I get to jam with a drummer, a bass player. I'm the guy playing the rhythm guitar, and then I can play my pentatonic. Over and over.
Did you ever use the one in the Helix?
Watch my jams. I come up with some melodies and all, but basically most, any of my pyrotechnic leads are all the same. I got about 5 or 6 that I try not to wear out, but I do.
Have you used the looper in the Helix?
No,
I know there's one in there.
Dave R. and Brian helped me out with figuring out how to use the looper, but I got the Trio Plus, so I use that. It's so I'm getting ready to do another Watchtower jam.
Right.
But there's so many good backing tracks, and that one I sent you from was it PGH Jams Skippy Rick Romanelli's
Right,
buddy.
right, Rick, right.
He put a nice spice on it, but it's basically it's instead of A minor to G, it's B minor to A to G, B minor to A to G. It's Watchtower,
Right,
but
right.
he made it different, and that's my bread and butter. It's 3 chords, and anyway. Well, we're not getting much action here in the chat, and I've missed most of it. No one
Yeah,
OD'd on weed, Brian. Yeah, you're right. Cops will never find that Don. Now,
All right. Well, I think we hit about the hour and a half mark.
yeah.
So it's a little over. So we can cut it. And I want to say, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And I can't believe how it's 2 more days. Unbelievable. This year went by so
I'll look at
fast.
that might be something I'd be interested in. The Spark amp. Never heard of it, but I'll look at it.
Oh yeah, that's that practice amp. It's based on the what's the virtual soft. No, it's got the virtual software you used to buy, but they have an amp now. What's the software that comes with it? It's based on that software.
Do you have to hook it up to
Guitar Rig? No, it's an amp, but
okay.
it's made with it's not real.
Merry Christmas, Jesse, or Spacey Jazzy Bluesy.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, and hopefully next year will be a lot better. Maybe we can.
It's got to be. It's got to be better.
I mean, I hear positive rib. Yeah, it's that's what's in the in that amp, the Spark amp.
But can I use the amp without having to get into my computer, or do I have to use my computer?
No, I don't think you have. I'm pretty sure you don't have to use a computer.
All right, I'll look.
It's a regular little amp. The Spark.
All right, let me make a note. Spark amp. All right, and I hope everybody has a safe holiday, and you might not get to spend it with your family, but do a Zoom thing if you can, or
yeah, I got to get hold of my sister.
Do a StreamYard. You can do StreamYard because we could put 4 or 5 people in this, right?
I think 6 for the free version. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so with the free version, you get 6 people. Hook up with StreamYard and get everybody on their computers and send them the link. Like Mitch sends me the link to get onto this, and have a Merry Christmas and a much, much, much better 2021.
Guys, Merry Christmas and good night. And maybe I'm gonna leave the show with my outro. It's the same thing, but I'm gonna play my outro. So
cool.
We shall see you later.
That is awesome. Awesome, Mitch.
Oh, I didn't.
There you go. Now you got it on one screen.
Night, everybody.